We grow up learning mathematics, science, language, but almost no one teaches us the rules that actually shape our financial destiny. Wealth is treated like a mystery, something reserved for the lucky, the talented, or the privileged. But the truth is far more empowering. Wealth follows certain rules that rarely appear in textbooks, rarely get discussed at dinner tables, and almost never get taught in school. These hidden rules quietly separate those who struggle all their lives from those who eventually break free and build a life of choice, not survival. Today, I want to give you those rules in a way that helps you see money differently, act differently, and rise differently. The first hidden rule of wealth is this: money rewards clarity, not confusion. Most people never become wealthy because they never decide what wealth means to them. They chase random jobs, random investments, random opportunities, and end up with random results. Wealthy people are decisive. They know exactly what they want to earn, what they want to build, and what kind of life they want to live. Money flows to those who have direction. If your financial life feels stuck, don't start with hustling harder, start with defining your target. When the destination becomes clear, the path begins to reveal itself. The second hidden rule of wealth is that money grows where attention goes. Poor people avoid money, they avoid checking accounts, avoid budgets, avoid investments, avoid conversations about finance because it stresses them. Wealthy people face the numbers. They track, review, and study money like an athlete studies performance. When you pay attention, you gain control. When you ignore, you lose power. Every financially successful person has one thing in common: they know exactly where their money lives, where it works, and how it multiplies. If you can measure it, you can improve it. If you can improve it, you can transform it. Another invisible rule is that wealth rarely comes from income, it comes from ownership. Most people spend their whole lives selling time. Wealthy people invest their time into things that can grow even when they're sleeping: businesses, assets, intellectual property, automated online systems, real estate, stocks. The path to wealth isn't about working harder. It's about shifting from labor to leverage. If the only way you earn is by showing up physically, then you are one illness, one layoff, or one crisis away from collapse. Ownership gives stability. Ownership gives control. Ownership gives freedom. The next hidden rule is that the world doesn't pay you for effort, it pays you for value. Many hardworking people stay broke because they confuse busy with productive. Effort matters, but the market doesn't reward sweat, it rewards results. Wealthy people constantly ask, how can I increase my value to others? The more value you provide, the more money you attract. That value may come from skill, creativity, problem solving, leadership, or innovation. Your financial ceiling is directly tied to the value you deliver. Upgrade your value, and your financial life upgrades with it. Another rule no one teaches: money moves to the people who can manage emotion. Financial decisions are emotional decisions. Fear, impatience, greed, and insecurity destroy more wealth than bad markets ever could. Wealthy people master emotional discipline. They don't panic when things fall. They don't rush when things rise. They don't invest based on feelings, they invest based on strategy. If you want to build wealth, conquer the emotional storms inside you. Because the game of wealth is won by patience, not panic, and by consistency, not chaos. A powerful hidden rule of wealth is that your environment shapes your financial destiny faster than your effort does. If you spend your time around people who complain, who blame, who fear risk, who avoid growth, then you will unconsciously adopt their financial beliefs and limitations. Wealthy people carefully design their circle. They surround themselves with thinkers, builders, readers, investors, and problem solvers. If you want to grow your finances, grow your environment first. Your network is a mirror. If you want to see a different reflection, step into a different room. Another rule that separates winners from survivors is this: money multiplies for the person who respects time. Wealthy people think long term. They plant seeds that take years to grow. They understand compounding not just in money, but in habits, skills, and discipline. Most people quit too early because they expect quick results. Wealth isn't a moment, it's a process. Every day you choose discipline over distraction, you're compounding. Every day you choose learning over entertainment, you're compounding. Every day you choose saving and investing over spending, you're compounding. When you respect time, time rewards you. Here's another hidden truth. Financial success isn't about having more money. It's about having fewer financial leaks. Wealthy people focus on controlling expenses before increasing income. Most people earn more as they age, yet stay broke because their spending grows faster than their income. Wealth is not just about what you make, it's about what you keep. When you plug the leaks, wealth begins to build naturally. When you stop buying to impress people who don't care, you become financially unshakable. One of the most powerful rules is that your money can only grow to the size of your mindset. If you think small, you will attract small opportunities. If you think survival, you will never reach freedom. Wealthy people think in terms of scalability, systems, assets, and long-term impact. They ask bigger questions. How can I automate this? How can I expand this? How can I multiply this? Your mindset is the operating system of your financial life. Upgrade the system, and everything running on it becomes better, faster, and more powerful. And finally, wealth follows the rule of courage. Opportunities don't come to the most talented, they come to the most courageous. The courage to invest, the courage to start, the courage to say no, the courage to delay gratification, the courage to walk away from comfort. Wealth lives on the other side of fear. Once you stop letting fear make financial decisions for you, your entire life transforms. Courage doesn't mean you never feel afraid. Courage means you take action anyway. If there is one message you take from all these hidden rules, let it be this: wealth is not an accident, and it is not luck. It is built by intention, by discipline, by mindset, and by the willingness to learn what most people ignore. You don't need to be born into money, you don't need a perfect background, and you don't need approval from anyone. You need clarity, consistency, courage, and ownership. The rules were hidden not to keep you out but because no one around you ever learned them. Now you have them, and with knowledge comes power, with power comes action, and with action comes transformation. Your financial future is not written. It is built one decision, one habit, and one rule at a time. And today, you are one decision away from a completely different life.